Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. My name is CB Harris, and welcome back to the Monday SITREP. This is the show where we talk about your Second Amendment rights, your right to keep and bear arms. We also discuss people who use their firearm for self-defense, as well as the defense of their family and their belongings. We also have a section called What's New, where we discuss new things in the firearms industry, guns, knives as well, gear, ammo, and things like that. So, you guys are probably wondering, you probably noticed I'm dressed a little more casually today than I typically do. There are times I even wear a suit and a tie on this show. Definitely down dressed today. Now, the reason for that, I'm leaving straight from here, going to work. As soon as I get this edited, get it uploading, I'm off to work, doing night operations today. The life of a professional op-4, I guess you could say, because I'm going to be playing the bad guy tonight. I'm actually hoping the good guys win, but I always like to, I like to win too. So we're going to see how that turns out, but that's why I am dressed the way I am. So please, I apologize for my appearance. I'll try to do better next time. So today I want to talk about personal responsibility. Specifically, there is an advertisement that I heard on the radio. If you have XM radio, you probably heard this. I hear it all the time. This commercial really bothers me, okay? It's a commercial about a debt forgiveness company, okay? These are people who, you get far in debt, they will help you get that debt wiped out, okay, without paying it. I get it that it happens. I actually know some people who laid off, bills to pay, using their credit card to provide for themselves, their food, paying their bills, things like that, getting far into debt. I understand that that happens, and that's not who I'm talking about. Okay, I'm talking about the people who just want the latest phone, want the latest clothes and shoes and things like that, and then they find out suddenly that they owe a lot of money and they don't want to pay that back. Because I feel like there's a lot of those people, and I feel like that this advertisement that I've been hearing is kind of focusing at those people, because basically what it says is, are you far in debt? Did you know that those credit card companies, they don't want you to know. You don't have to pay them back. Holy cow, They make it sound like these credit card companies are evil. Now, yeah, okay, they might be fueled by greed. They might be fueled by making money, but that's a business. That's what they do. They provide a service to us by providing us with credit and with the ability to purchase something on credit. And in return, we pay them back with a little bit of interest. Okay, that's the way it works. And I think it bothers me that they're being portrayed as an evil thing when really the evil thing is us spending beyond our means. I have credit cards. I use my credit cards. I try to not use them for things that I can't pay off fairly quickly, though. I do my best to save up for things instead. If I want a new gun, I save up for it. And you know what? It happens sometimes. The car needs new tires, and suddenly my little gun savings goes down to nothing because I got to use it on something else. That's called responsibility. I'm not trying to toot my own horn here, but that's the way it's supposed to work. That's the way us as Americans, as human beings, that's the way we're supposed to work. But it feels sometimes like that integrity, that personal responsibility it's AWOL, it's gone, or something. We have a presidential candidate who doesn't believe that she should be responsible for her own actions, who wants to push the blame on other people, who wants to say that she didn't do anything wrong. That's just, that's the kind of person that is running in politics these days. We have an administration who, for the last 8 years, has been blaming every problem the country has on the previous president. How far does it go? Okay, that first year, yeah, you might inherit some problems. But after that, what are you doing to fix those problems? After 8 years, you can't blame it on the previous president anymore. Okay, what's next? I would like to blame all the country's problems on Franklin Roosevelt, but how long ago was that? It's one of those things that we really need to take a look at our own personal responsibility and try to be responsible for our own actions, for things that we do, things we don't do, things we buy, okay? So where does that leave us? Where am I going with this? I don't feel like the future generation is really in trouble, though, okay? I feel like there's some hope. Yes, we're in trouble, I guess, but there is hope for them. At church, I work with teenagers, 14 to 18 years old, And at work, I work with young military, probably in that 18 to 25, maybe a little bit older range. There's some good kids out there. I say kids, you know, some of them being 25 years old or even older, but there are some good people out there, okay? So there are people out there who really want to do the right thing, that really want to be responsible for themselves and the things that they do. People who have the integrity to own up when they make a mistake. There are those people out there, and I've met a lot of them. So I do think there's hope for the next generation. Maybe some of these people need to get into politics or something, because that's where I feel like there's not a lot of hope left. And next on the Life or Death Files, we have an 80-year-old man who protects his business. All right, so this story is out of Camden, South Carolina, and this is an 80-year-old laundromat owner, and this is fairly recent. I think probably last week, actually. A man comes in with a gun, comes into the laundromat in the afternoon, and demands the cash box. The 80-year-old man, he gives the cash box, you know, tells him to take it. The perpetrator leaves. The 80-year-old man follows him outside with a handgun, fires it into the air, and then, you know, the perpetrator drops it and flees the scene. So, I'm glad that this turned out the way it did. It really could have turned out differently. I'm glad it turned out the way it did. The laundromat owner didn't have to kill anybody, didn't have to shoot anybody. He has his cash back. But I think if we look at it, we can see some things that he could have done better, done differently. And I'm not trying to armchair quarterback, but at the same time, we need to look at things like this story and others, and look at what we would do and start to break it down a little bit as to where mistakes may have been made and where we can improve, and look at the things that they did right as well. Okay, so this laundromat owner, okay, maybe he didn't have his gun on him, maybe, you know, he wasn't able to get to it quickly, maybe that's why he waited until went outside. I don't really know, but we can think about that, okay? Yes, we need to make sure that we have it with us and available, okay? Is going outside the proper thing? Maybe you have a lot of customers in there and you want to keep the customers a little bit safer, so you want to remove the threat from that area. So maybe that was a good choice, but maybe not. So we need to think about that. So maybe moving the threat away from your customers is a good idea, okay? So thinking about things like that. Giving the cash box, is it really worth your life? Maybe not, you know. It is yours, and I'm not going to make that decision for you whether or not it's worth killing somebody over. Maybe it is. That's for you to decide, okay? So I'm not going to necessarily second guess that. His choice in firearms, it was a 25 according to the article, so maybe his choice in firearms was maybe not the greatest choice. Firing into the air, I don't believe firing into the air is ever a good option. I think that if you're going to fire your handgun, it is to use it. So if you're going to fire that handgun, it should be at the person. That's my personal opinion on that. Now, he was fleeing the scene, shooting him in the back, not necessarily the honorable thing to do there, but, you know, at the same time, you really have to weigh those options as to what you would do. I personally don't think firing a handgun into the air is the right option. So, again, not trying to armchair quarterbacking, but at the same time I am, I guess, because I want to learn from the things that he did and in this scenario and try to figure out what the proper thing for me to do if I were ever put in a similar situation. So, next on What's New, we're going to talk about maybe not some gear and stuff like that. So typically we talk about guns, gear, ammo, knives, that kind of stuff on the What's New section, and we're going to talk about something new and upcoming for this channel here. So the month of September, I'm going to try my best. I'm going to challenge myself. I'm going to try to do a video a day. I know sometimes I can barely get a video a week out. I'm going to do my best. I'm going to really try to push hard to get a video a day out for the month of September. Now, I don't want to do this alone. So I'm going to put out a challenge to Jarhead6 to also do a video a day for the month of September. He probably has a little bit better chance. I didn't talk to him beforehand, so if he can't do it, I get that. But Jarhead already gets pretty close to a video a day anyway, so this shouldn't be much of a challenge for him if he chooses to accept it. So let me know if you're willing to do that. I hope you guys enjoyed the show today. If you did, I always appreciate it when you like and share the videos. And if you are not a subscriber and you want to see more shows just like this one, find that subscribe button, give it a big old click, and then come back next time for another Monday Sit Rep. Remember that your mind, that is your most important tool, and it is vitally important to be armed with information. Until next time, take care and be safe. Charlie Bravo out. Alright guys, so it's the after show, I guess you could say. I wanted to show you guys this. This is the latest holster that I made. This is for one of the people that I work with. He's being medically retired from the military. So I made this for him for a going away gift. I did not do a video on this, but I will. If you'll look right down over there in that box, I'm going to include a link to a video where I show you how to make a holster. It won't be this one specifically, but I didn't want to do a whole video on it because, you know, it's kind of been done before. So anyway, be sure to check that out.